Hello creative, welcome back to Rashida Graphics. Today we are going to talk about we start with the interface of Corel. Now let me just assume that you've installed your Corel. All right, now this is where, let's say this way you have it, although maybe you don't have it on your taskbar. This way you call your taskbar. Let's say you don't have it there, just come here and type Corel. Type Corel. Now I'm using Corel 2019, and that's I like using. In fact, for me, I think it's outdated, alright, because we have 2021. Alright, so but 2019 is still okay. Alright, so now this is what we are using for this tutorial. So, and immediately you click on Corel, you see a screen like this. All right, now don't worry, you might not see, the only thing you might see here might be this new document, maybe something like this. Why this will not show? Because the reason why these things are showing, because I've done some recent jobs, and so this where my recent jobs have been displayed. All right, so now we'll click this new document to move to the next stage. All right, now a dialog box like this will pop up, and you see here the first thing is name. You can put the name of the document. For instance, maybe you want to design a flyer, just type flyer. All right, a flyer designed by whoever. Then preset. Now in this preset, I will leave it as custom, because most times I alter the dimension. All right, now the number of pages. Now just imagine a document as a book, all right, or exercise note, and inside the exercise note we have more than a page. All right, so we can have 20 pages, 60 pages. All right, so this way you alter it. Now we have two primary color modes. We have the CMYK and the RGB. Now it's important to understand the difference between the two. Now the CMYK is when you want to design for print, maybe your design is going to be printed, you use CMYK, and RGB is for screen. Most of the colors that have been projected on screens are a combination of RGB, that's red, green, and blue. All right, so that's why we use RGB, and it's brighter than so RGB is better than CMYK, you know, in appearance when you view them on the screen. I don't have a picture handy now. I'll have shown you. All right, now so we have now the page size. The reason why I'm showing custom is because I altered it now. But let's see what we have in the page size. In the page size, let's assume that a client wants to design something that will require that will be printed on A5. So just come here and choose A5. All right, and here we have the unit. We have a lot of units. We have inches, millimeters, you know, point or pickers, pixels, the dot. But we don't. The ones I use feet. I don't use meters. I use feet. I use pixels actually, because most of the designs collaterals we upload online, they are in pixels because they are light. All right. Now if I click pixels, now you see the millimeters. The A5 millimeter we converted to pixels. So 1749.03 pixels is equal to 148 millimeters. All right, so that's it. Sometimes maybe you are not let's say you type, let's say 200 millimeters here, and you want to see the equivalent in pixels. Just come here and you see it's 2000. So that's just it. But now let's assume you want to design for, because most of my designs are used on social media, so I use social media dimensions. Actually the square dimension, which is generally accepted as I use 1080 by 1080, that is the square. But some people use something bigger than that, and they use something dimension lesser than that. Some people use 750 by 750, but I use 180 by 180. You can Google it and browse the dimension, general dimension for social media. And also I want you to understand that there are different dimensions. Let's say I want to post on the what's it called, on the story of Instagram story. I think dimension is 1080 by 1920. All right. Okay, the width is 1080. Yeah, then while the height is 1920, you can see it's longer, it's long. Then while the portrait for normal feed is 1080 by 1350. All right, but for this purpose I'll just stick to 1080 by 1080. Now we have orientation, and we have two orientations. We have the portrait and the landscape. All right, now resolution has to do with the sharpness and is measured in dpi. All right, we have 300, 200. Now people sometimes most of my trainees applaud the sharpness of my design because they applaud the sharpness of my design, and they ask me how I'm able to achieve that. I tell them that it's because I use high resolution. Understand? Although some people use 72, but me personally, I like it when it's sharp. I may be wondering that with the high resolution now influence the size. Yes, but this, in course of this training, I will show you how you can export, high resolution file, and the resolution will not be affected, and the same time the size will not be too big. All right, so we click OK. We are done. Let me just type. Okay. Let's just type tutorial, or let me say design class, then okay. All right, so now we are here. All right, now let's assume you have a blank page like this. Now on the far right you see color palette. All right, this is where you have your colors. You have your colors black, and we have the 100% black, we have 90% black, the rest like that. And if you look at it, you see there's this kind of a monochromatic scheme, and this is what I mean by monochromatic scheme. Now you see, just like this is a plain black, right? This is a pure black. Try add white to this plain black. It will, let's say you had let's say 10% of black, of white rather, to this 100% black. It will give you 90% black. Now this 90% black, add another value of, let's say 10%, 15% white, until you start tilting until you add more white until you get white, pure white. You understand? See, that's why I call it monochromatic. Actually, monochromatic is an example of I think I should have that in my color palette. I have some preset color palette. Okay, I want to show you an example of monochromatic exactly. So we have it here. This is an example of monochromatic. You can see this is pure green. Let's say this a hue. Hue is like a solid color. Now try add a value of white to it, you get this. Then add maybe another value of white to this, you get this. It's already tilting towards white, and if you add more white to this tinted green, you eventually get white. So that is monochromatic. Understand? That's monochromatic color scheme. And it also works in the other way around. Like if you flip this to this place, let's assume this one now, this tinted green, you had let's say a portion of black, you get this, and a value of black, you get this until you get black completely. All right, so you get the same thing here too. So if you had let's say 10% of black to this, you get 10% black, 20% like that. All right, so now how are the colors? Now if you want to see others, just click here. We have a lot of them here. All right, that's the color palette. Now on the top bar here, we have the title bar. That's where we have the name of the document. Don't forget that before we got here, we named our document as design class. So that's what we have here. Then we have the file. Okay, this is what we call the menu bar, and this way we have our menu. And inside our menu we have some drop downs. We have some option like new. You want to create a new document, you come here and the shortcut is in front of it. Then open. If you want to open a document, maybe a document was sent to you by somebody, or you designed it before and you want to open it, just come here. Then we have edit, we have view, we have layout, and the rest. Now I will explain that in the next tutorial. I will explain each what we have in each of the menu. but let me just go through the interface for now. Now we have the standard bar here. It's like an extension of what we have in the menu bar. All right, and it's made so to give us easy navigation. All right, now we now have the document bar. Now document bar. Now if you look at it, you see that this is your page size, and the details about this page size is here. All right, we have the size, and here you can change the size or the dimension of the page. Now this white space you are seeing, this wide space is called a workspace. All right, and okay, I will show you if I can't show you the difference between these two now because I only have one page, but quickly let me just show you. Just right click on this place, you see rename page, but I'm not renaming any page now. Let's insert page after rather. So we have two pages. Now if you look at this, you see current page. Now if I click on okay, let's assume, okay, I don't want to go too far. What this does is that if you duplicate, all right, and this is selected, the duplicate will affect all pages. Quickly, let me show you something. This is it. All right, now let me right click on this, duplicate. You see, so that job by the side, but that's not what we are talking about now. So now so we have the tools bar, the toolbar. So under here we have, this is the pick tool. Now as a program, you understand what it's used for. All right, now inside it we have the freehand pick, freeform, we have the shape, smooth, and the rest, you know, that are numerous. So then here we have the page bar. This is where you add more pages, you rename pages, you duplicate pages, you switch orientation. All right, now here, this way you have your colors. Now for instance, we have, okay, in this place we have the pen. Now okay, let's assume we've drawn something like this. Now I advise you to get an external mouse to enjoy designing. All right, now if you zoom closely, you will see that there's an outline here, black outline. It's because of this color. You see, like pen, it's called pen outline. Now we have the fill color. This is this gray. All right, so I will stop here for now. Then in the next tutorial, we'll now dive into all these compartment, all these segments, one after the other. Thank you.